It was. It seems a little aggressive. I mean, I don't know. Is it aggressive to you? It seems a little aggressive to me. It's the last hour of the Matt Murphy Show, this week at least, on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Last thing I said before we came back on the radio is I hit my little talk back button where I get to talk to Jackson, and I said, that seems a little bleeping loud, bro. Is that a fact or not?
You actually just said that's bleeping loud.
It was bleeping loud. I had my headphones on. I was like, whoa!
It's a loud song.
I guess so. Well, you know what? We want to get your attention, let you know we're back for the fourth hour of the Matt Murphy Radio Show on Super Talk 99.7 WTN, and we thank you for being there. I promised to get to your calls, and I shall, but I've got to finish tallying these votes up. Harper with the chicken story, Matt Murphy, perfect chicken story. Jay, it looks like it's a race between Jay Harper and myself. Winner, chicken dinner. There's a Jackson vote. Jay, Murphy, George Jones. That was you, I guess, Jackson. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get his butt run over by a nincompoop. I live in Smyrna. I've watched the News 2 at 5 and Fox 17 at 5:30. And no mention of this story on either one. So I posted a comment on Fox 7. Oh, this has nothing to do with anything we're talking about.
Nothing. Yeah.
Okay, so, I'm going to say Jay wins. Jay's a big winner today. Hey!
Oh, gosh. You know, the only every time I filled in during your shift here, Matt, yesterday was the only day I haven't won the nincompoop.
You won yesterday.
I mean, well, the day before. It was the day before,
yeah.
Yeah, this week's been a blur.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
No, you do a great job. You have a great delivery. Jackson, it's all in the delivery. You and I don't have a good delivery.
I'm
Jay Harper
hosed.
he's like smooth as the other side of the pillow. He's just got that delivery. Like Ken Weaver's got the same thing going on. Those newsmen, you got to watch it.
Yeah, I figured it was just naked men, so I've been focusing my search in there.
I mean, if you wanted to cut to the chase, you could probably just be the nincompoop yourself and,
Yeah, just
go ahead and
strip, buddy.
just disrobe it. And
Yep.
if the victory's that, not now, it's over.
Yeah,
Next
I
week
mean,
sometime. Save it. It.
Well,
The camera just pans over back to me.
Just save it.
Oh, gosh. Now we have to worry about how we, our appearance, I mean, Matt, you and I know, man, we started in radio. You didn't have to worry about any of that.
I know.
Sometimes Matt forgets.
And now there's this.
Now we've got these stinking cameras in here. It's just.
I got a haircut today, too. I must have had a pretty good haircut because nobody's noticed.
Yeah, I didn't notice.
Yeah, well, I don't think I got enough cut off.
Well, I mean, with the headphones on, from my vantage point,
true.
it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I probably didn't get enough cut off. I was a little worried that he would go too far. I worried that they go too far because I got a lumpy head, Jay.
Yeah.
Lumpy. And no good.
Lumpy.
Yeah, I think my mama left me in the crib too long. If I look to the floor at a 45-degree angle, you can put a Coca-Cola on the top of my head. So it's true. It's true.
I must admit, though, Matt, the other day, on Wednesday, when I first started filling in this week, I kind of glanced up at you through the glass, and with the beard, you look like J.D. Vance. For just a split second.
I guess I'll take that.
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to. I'm just glad you didn't say Orson Welles, the older version.
Yeah, but no eyeliner. So
true. Yeah, I don't need eyeliner.
Ooh, you should do some guy liner.
What?
You never heard of guy liner?
I was a theater major, and I know about
theater.
I know about the makeup thing.
A thespian?
Guy liner. Those with I was a thespian.
What was the best play you ever acted in?
The best. I was in a lot of good ones.
Your best role. I probably should have phrased that better.
I played Torvald Helmer in A Doll's House by Ibsen. That was pretty good. I played Guildenstern in Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead by Tom Stoppard. That was pretty good. I was Captain Von Trapp in The Sound of Music.
Oh, did you sing?
I did.
Yeah.
Unlike Christopher Plummer, I actually carried a tune. That one was tip-top.
Sing a couple bars for us.
I might practice over the weekend and give you a little Edelweiss on. I could probably still crank out some Edelweiss.
Yeah. Did you play the guitar along with it, like Christopher Plummer?
I pretended. I pretend. I pretended. There was one. I was in one show called A Scellerando, which I was a bassoon player, and I had to try to pretend to play the bassoon too. Which
How'd you do?
Fair to partly cloudy. I faked it. You fake it till you make it.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, and now 32. Thanks, Jay. Now everybody's saying they can't unsee J.D. Vance.
Oh,
I don't. And just to dispel the rumor, we don't know if J.D. Vance wears eyeliner or not. It just looks like he does. Is that fair? Or wait, I'm not getting any comment from the Peanut Gallery, so that indicates to me the Peanut Gallery believes that J.D. Vance wears eyeliner.
I haven't seen enough pictures of J.D. Vance to.
I have seen some up close pictures of the guy, and I must admit it does look suspicious.
I mean, but there is a thing. I mean, guy-liner's a thing, right?
Yeah, apparently so.
It is, and
beyond people that are on stage or people that are on camera. I mean, because obviously, if the people that you watch on television, they for the most part have makeup on. Even if it's just something to calm down the sheen on your face, the glare, because the bright lights will pop a glare, and then everybody on television looks like Dan Mandis' head in the morning on Nashville's Morning News.
They will make you sweat, those lights.
Oh, yeah. They got to be much, much brighter than normal life in order to get picked up by the cameras.
I like our lighting setup.
Yeah, it's all right. I like our background now. I like the fact that we got a canal behind us. I also like that we got some calls to get to, and I thank you for calling. 615-737-9986. Let's finish the week strong. It's Steven's turn. Hello, Steven.
Hey, Matt. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just hearing you guys. I want to going back and forth about Stephen Colbert. Thank God, man, they finally got rid of one of the goof nuts on late night show. I just was wanting to say, I used to love late night talk show, man, back when it was Letterman and Leno and even Carson, man. I used to watch that with my grandpa back in the day, and I don't know what happened at some point. Like when those guys left, we got people like Seth Meyers and that one guy from Britain or whatever, the Brit guy who. And I'm just like, what is going on, man? Late night TV just is terrible. And so I was wanting to ask you and you guys there at the studio and maybe get some suggestions of who can we get coming up as to try to bring late night TV back. We need some good comedians, some good people, preferably a little younger, not don't have to be too young, but I got a couple suggestions of who I would really love to see up there, and I think Jim Carrey is one of the funniest people. I think he'd be a great late night talk show host myself, and maybe even a David Chappelle would be great, or the guy that played in The Night at the Roxbury, the tall one,
Farrell.
Farrell. I mean, he would be awesome, man. Those guys are the kind of people we need to bring late night talk.
All right,
back.
so I hate to do this to you, Stephen.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey is a avowed leftist, like extreme leftist.
Oh.
I hate to do that to you.
I think he could rise above all the political stuff, though.
He's a little old for it. Well, first and foremost, I mean, the big bubble burst is this. Before they worry about bringing late night TV back, they need to worry about bringing primetime TV back. I mean, what primetime shows do you watch? I mean, not you, but broadly. I mean, what is appointment television watching? We watched a little Will Trent when the Will Trent show came out. Have you seen Will Trent? You said you love procedurals.
Have not yet.
Will Trent, you would love Will Trent. You would love Will Trent. Just start from the beginning and watch it. So, but I mean, other than that, I can't tell you. I mean, if it's not breaking news like a news channel or live sports programming, I just don't watch. So,
Higbee's pretty good.
What's it called?
Carl Higbee. He's on the Newsmax.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, there you go. So, but I would go younger. You know who I think would make a great talk show host along the lines of the old school guys?
Please tell me. We need some suggestions.
I'm telling you, Nate Bargatze.
Oh, yes.
Would be fabulous.
Or Tom Segura. He would also, I think, be awesome.
I think Segura would be pretty good, but I think Bargatze has a natural curiosity about him. I love watching the Nateland. You know, Dusty Slay, good friend of the show, might be here next week in advance of his big Netflix special coming out. And we love Dusty, but Dusty's a part of that along with Brian Bates. The other guy, I can never remember the fourth guy that's on there on the Nateland podcast, but they do that podcast, and Dusty does his We're Having a Good Time podcast. But on that podcast, I can tell he's a naturally curious guy and interacts with people pretty good. I think Bargatze would do a good job.
Our podcast
He'd be awesome.
Stephen, this is a good thought exercise that Stephen has brought up. I mean, who, if anyone, would you say would bring you back to late night television? Look, I grew up when I was a younger kid. I watched Carson. I am blessed, and I sincerely mean this. I feel blessed that I got into radio before we stopped playing 45s, before we stopped playing commercials on what we called cart machines. And Jay Harper, I know you know what I'm talking about. Jackson, you've got no clue. I mean,
not a one.
I am blessed to know how to slip cue a record, a 45 or an album. And we did that, before the automation systems took over. I also feel blessed that I got to watch Carson do his thing. Now, when I was watching Carson in, 85, 84, 85, 86, 87, he was at the end of his reign, but I've since seen him in his prime. And Carson was just incredible because he let other people be funny. And he could play the straight man like anybody's business, but he also knew how to be funny too. I was never a Leno guy. When Carson left, I immediately became a Letterman guy and absolutely adored David Letterman. David Letterman is an example of someone who I now know is somewhat of a lefty, but he did not let that interfere with his work and his comedy. And absolutely loved Letterman, was all in on Letterman, hated Leno, liked Conan O'Brien okay. I like Leno now that he's not on the Tonight Show, but I don't know that you're bringing back that genre ever. It's just those shows now exist to provide content for the internet. Does that make sense? They're there for an hour, and not a lot of people watch them in that hour, but that serves the internet content that gets a lot of clicks the next day.
I feel like podcasts are also replacing late night TV.
Agreed.
Because if you think about these big interviews, you think about, a lot of comedians have podcasts. So they're being funny on their podcast, and they're having new comics, and they're having people on that they're interviewing and talking to, and people seek it out that way rather than the late night TV route.
I hear you, 26-17. I think Shane Gillis would be awesome. I did not watch Shane Gillis. I wouldn't watch the ESPYs on a bet. I wouldn't watch it if you paid me to do it. But I did see where Shane Gillis apparently had a Did you
opening
watch the
monologue was killer.
Was it good?
I didn't watch the ESPYs, but I did see his opening monologue on Twitter, and it was great.
7253 says, tuning in to hear your take on documents Tulsi Gabbard released today regarding Obama and Russiagate. Have I missed it? Well, you did miss it. She did release these documents. It's the biggest story of the day today, and we did discuss the intelligence document dump, a brief that stated that Steinberg, listen, this is an incredible dump of documents. The upshot is this. For those who missed it and maybe just joined us, I guess we do need to do some news today. Tulsi Gabbard has declassified information that directly points to the Obama administration as they manufactured and politicized intelligence to create a narrative that Russia was attempting to influence the 2016 presidential election. In other words, all of that Russia nonsense, we already knew that it was a bunch of pablum nonsense. And now we know who orchestrated it. Obama, Clapper, Comey, these are people that need to be investigated because they intentionally manipulated intelligence data and used the apparatus of the federal government of the United States of America in order to affect the outcome of a presidential election. It was a soft coup, and they know it. They used that to try to impeach the president of the United States based on phony, garbage information. So thank you for getting me back to that 7253. I appreciate you. I'll get to Ricky and Robert in just a moment on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Apparently, the most controversial thing that I have said today is that I like David Letterman. Okay, and everybody's going, oh, my God, David Letterman went so far left, blah, 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 blah.
But his show was funny as all get out and creative, and it was entertaining. You know, I'm with you, Matt. I loved Letterman.
I'm not even talking about the end of his tenure. I wasn't watching him toward the end. I'm talking about the 1990s and the 2000s.
He was on NBC. Then he switched over to CBS and took over.
Because David Letterman was friends with Johnny Carson. David Letterman idolized Johnny Carson. And David Letterman sat in that spot after The Tonight Show with Late Night with David Letterman with the expectation that he would take over for Johnny, that he would get the coveted 11:30 slot. He wanted The Tonight Show. But he had branded himself as kind of out there and new blood. And for whatever reason, The Tonight Show didn't want to go with him, and so they selected Jay Leno to be the permanent replacement for Johnny. And it cut David Letterman deep. And so when he had the opportunity, he left and went to CBS and went directly against Jay Leno, and the late night wars were on. And I'm talking about the 1990s and the 2000s when he was doing great work. And he did some of the funniest stuff in the late 80s and into the 90s. Man, oh man, it was just good stuff. I mean, and I stand by that. So, and yes, David had a morning show that was an absolute failure because it was different, but it was somewhat of a failure there.
Have you seen the movie about Jay Leno and David Letterman's the CBS NBC thing? It came out in the 90s.
I have not.
It's really good.
Is it? Yeah, I bet it is.
I think it's on HBO Max.
Really big shoe. I mean, and top 10 list in and of itself is an iconic late night thing. Let me get to Robert. I'll get to you in a moment. Ricky, you are up next as we continue down this road toward the weekend. Hey, Ricky.
Hi, enjoy your show and thank you for taking my call. Quickly, 2 points before the news. One, I'm concerned about most advanced AI chip being sold in China, and their CEO actually going to China and promoting that AI is good in China, and he's also establishing a research lab in Shanghai, actually. So that's one thing I'm concerned about because, they always steal the technology and duplicate it. Second thing I wanted to tell you about the, interest rate being manipulated by politicians. It's not a good thing. I feel like central bank governor, which is duly appointed, ought to have some autonomous ability to decide about interest rates and let the market decide about long-term interest rates. So that's my thought on those two topics. And enjoy your show.
Well, thank you so much, Ricky. I appreciate your call and I appreciate your commentary. It's the bottom of the hour. We'll reflect on that and get to it in a moment right after Jay Harper's newscast, which happens right now. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. What's going on? Man, there's people coming into the studio. What is happening there? Folks sashaying into the studio. Is that Mrs. Harper? Okay. I was just asking. I didn't know. 39 after the hour.
No,
Super
Matt, she's just an old radio friend of mine that was in radio with. I've known her 40 years.
What, you meet
so
her,
she's just coming and looking over the joint.
Meet her when she was 3? What are you talking about? You're welcome. You're welcome. That's right. I still got it, Jackson. That's how you do it, Jackson. You stick with me, buddy. I'll get you engaged yet. That's how you get it done. No comment from the peanut gallery, Jackson?
No quippy retort.
Just keep it moving along. It's 39 after. Well, it's lovely to meet you via the radio. And, I tell you, radio isn't what it used to be. There's no flashy lights. There's no blinky buttons. There's just computers and a microphone. And now a view of the French Riviera or whatever the hell that is. Robert is next up, wants to talk treason. Hey, Robert, how are you?
Doing pretty good. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you fine, Robert.
Okay, I looked up on the US.gov website, I believe it was. It looked under the citizenship rules, and it says that those who commit an act of treason against the United States of America can have their citizenship revoked. And I was just wondering, all these mayors and governors and politicians that are trying to do all this stuff with the illegal immigrants and the crap they're giving ICE, can they actually go with the law and actually revoke these mayors and governors' citizenship for fighting ICE and helping illegal immigrants?
Well, so I mean that's a big question. I could answer that question easily by going yes, but the fact of the matter is, in America we believe in debating and working through our political disagreements in the public arena without fear of criminal reprisal. And what you would have to do is demonstrate, like, some folks can have a difference of opinion, Robert, on the issue of immigration without rising to the level of actively aiding and abetting a foreign government or aiding and abetting an effort to overthrow our current government. So I'm not here to say that some of these morons in political office across the country have not walked up to that line and in some cases walked over it. It's why I applaud our border czar, Tom Homan, when he says, look, you're allowed to disagree with us. You're allowed to blather about how you think all of what we do is wrong, but what you're not allowed to do is interfere with anything that we're doing, because that's when you cross that line that you're talking about, Robert.
Okay. Well, I figured it wouldn't hurt to call and ask y'all, because I figured y'all could at least point me in the right direction of learning about it.
I mean, it most certainly, I would encourage you, if you want to go to the right, it is a matter of treason is a very, very serious matter. And I believe the founding fathers of the United States of America, they obviously took it seriously because it is punishable by death. It is a matter of turning your back on your country to advance the influence, the power, the authority, or the overthrow in favor of another government. So you would have to tell me what that institution is. Now, on the immigration front, obviously we have designated some of these organizations that have come from other countries as terrorist organizations because that's exactly what they are. We classify in layman's terms what we saw happening during the Biden administration as an invasion because that's exactly what it was. However, it's not an invasion from a specific nation, nor is it an invasion of a specific sort for a specific purpose to overthrow our government. I think we go a lot further in this discussion by attempting to turn hearts and minds against these idiots that think they are interested in power and control, Robert. Their purpose is to gain votes. They want to pack the House of Representatives because they take advantage of a constitutional loophole that counts people, not citizens, in terms of House of Representatives representation. And they know that if we see all of these illegals self-deport or if they get deported over a period of time, how that will dramatically affect representation down the road in terms of congressional reapportionment. So their purpose is to keep these people here for the purposes of power and control. That's what they're interested in. They don't care about these people individually or as a group. But treason is a high bar. It should be a high bar. I'm not here to say that some have not crossed over it. I wouldn't go so far as to say the likes of Freddie O'Connell. Freddie O'Connell's just running his mouth. And I'm sure that his base of support over there in Salem Town or wherever he lives absolutely loved hearing him run his mouth about it. But that's exactly what he was doing, just running his mouth. I think we go a lot further by convincing people that the American way is to insist that we have rules in how you get here, and if you have violated the rules, if you have jumped the line, you have to go back to the back of the line, either through self-deportation or forced deportation. And then if you want to come to the United States of America, you have to demonstrate that you're going to be a net benefit to the United States. 1733 says, I'm going to disagree with you, Matt. I believe the invasion is to overthrow the government in our country and to make it collapse, which will then usher in communism. Yeah, but who... So if you're suggesting that the government is being overthrown from within, that is up to we the people to stop. So if you're working through the interior of the system as an elected representative in order to do that, my argument 1733 would be that the political remedy to that political manipulation is to elect better politicians and to convince the people. If the people elect socialists, then we get what we elect. That's not an overthrow. And I guess maybe in effect it becomes an overthrow. But the caller was talking about revoking citizenship and throwing these people out of office because of who they are. And I don't think you should do that. Now, if they violate the law, that's a different subject. If they step over that line that I talked about, that's a different subject. Oh, but I don't disagree with you, 1733, that the statists and the political leftists are working hand in hand with the anarchists, the Antifas of the world, in order to create political instability of the sort that they convince the voting population that the only way to go is to go with more centralized government, more forced centralized government in Washington, D.C., and that is on the path to socialism. Part of the reason that they don't care about overspending, if we start collapsing from a financial standpoint, they get to point their fingers at the free market, despite the fact that it has nothing to do with the free market if the government itself overspends. That is a fancy way to suggest that capitalism or the free market, quote-unquote, experiment did not work. The better way to go about this is not to jail your political rivals, but to convince the American people what your political rivals are truly attempting to do, which is what we do on this radio show on a daily basis. Now, once again, that does not mean, and I just want to reiterate it for those in the back, that does not mean that if a politician knowingly violates the law that they should not be put in handcuffs, put in jail, and charged criminally. Of course they should. Of course they should. All right, we're going to wrap this little proceeding up in just a moment. Let's see. 5644 said, IRS collects from illegals like us for taxes. They get refunds like us. How does that work? I don't know how that works. I don't understand how that would work, and it should not work. Dan says it's unconstitutional to vote in communism. You tell me how, Dan. Bernie Sanders was elected. He serves. He's a communist. AOC is a communist. I mean, these are communists. They have to abide by the laws of the United States of America, but they're allowed to be communists. No, I mean, Joseph McCarthy has been unfairly vilified for what he saw as the scare of communism encroaching upon our government institutions. I'll agree with you there, Dan. But I would disagree with you that there's nothing in the Constitution that disallows the election of someone that publicly states that they're against our constitutional values. I mean, our country is great enough that we would elect someone that says that they're against it. But what they can't do is they can't ignore the laws. Right? So AOC can scream and yell about how wrong it is to deport illegal aliens, but what AOC cannot do is actively stop us from deporting illegal aliens, which is a part of the law. When she does that, she is aiding and abetting criminal behavior. And to Robert's point, she is working her way toward being engaged in treasonous activity. But I would disagree with you. It is not unconstitutional nor uncommon to see elected representatives who are communists. Communists elected into positions of power. 10 until the top of the hour on Super Talk. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hey, Jackson. What's he doing in there?
He needs to go home.
You need to go home. You ever see the movie Caddyshack? Great movie. Rodney Dangerfield, Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, and the great Ted Knight. Ted Knight he's walking through the men's locker room and don't you people have homes? Mason Fleming joining us for the final segment of the Matt Murphy Show. I mean, you started early at 5 o'clock doing traffic. You might as well, you've been a part of you've been a part of all of the live and local programming on Super Talk 99.7 WTN today.
Yeah, I think I just got off for a little bit during Chad Benson's show, but otherwise I've been here all day. Mm-hmm. It's been fun.
Yeah,
been long but fun.
How's the podcast coming?
It's going well. We just wrapped up. Check out Mostly Peaceful tomorrow at 6 a.m.
I don't hear you promoting all the best words like that.
Check out All the Best Words. Comes out right after this in 4 minutes.
Oh, yeah. It does come out today, doesn't it?
It does come out today.
How about that? So go over. I need to be better about promoting it. I'm horrible
Check it out.
I'm horrible
It's
about
going to be cool. I put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you
I
do.
think they're cool.
I think you do a great job, unlike some.
Hurtful.
Oh, did I didn't mean for the hand to go up like that. I don't know how that happened.
How about this?
I wasn't referring to you, Jackson.
No.
I was just the hand just kind of went up. I was talking about others. Well, I you know what? Without getting too inside baseball,
Yeah.
thank you for all of your hard work yesterday and today, and and yours too, Jackson. Honestly, I mean, thank you for all of the hard work. Sometimes they move our cheese around,
Just a little bit.
and then we have to chase the cheese, man, and avoid the traps.
When do we stop
That's
chasing the
one way to
cheese?
put it.
You know what? That's what I'm just a pirate chasing booty, baby. I'm just a pirate chasing booty. That's all I'm about. It's what we do here. What, any weekend plans there, Mason?
Work.
You're not working both days. Tell me you
no.
get Sunday.
No, I have Sunday off, which is good. I'm going hiking on Sunday.
Where are you going?
You know where Cummins Falls is?
I've heard.
It's a nice little walk up a stream river thing. And anyways, since it's been raining so much, it's going to be a nice watering hole. And
Whereabouts is Cummings Falls? I've heard about this. But you're going.
Yeah,
You
I'm excited.
give a full report.
Yeah, I'm happy to.
What about you, Jackson? What do you got going on? I know you're working tomorrow.
Working pretty much all day tomorrow here.
Uh-huh.
And then Sunday, probably going to do nothing. Just absolutely nothing.
Y'all are just two youngsters full of excitement, aren't you?
Yeah, keeping it joyful.
Keeping it moving on Super Talk. Can Mason even hear me?
I shouldn't. No, Mason cannot hear you.
I can hear him.
I might. Yeah, my headphones are so loud, everybody can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, are you deaf?
What?
Are you deaf?
Huh?
Huh?
What's that?
Say again. My bad. Yes. And Becky says, "Hey, Mason." By the way.
Hey, Becky.
Yeah. No, Mason is doing a lot of the podcast. I mean, well, all of it, really. I mean, from All the Best Words to now the brand new Mostly Peaceful podcast with Dan and Chris. And I kid because I'm just jelly because they got more. I mean, they launched the thing and they promoted it. And everybody promoted it. And I suck at self-promotion. So there you go.
It happens.
But I got to you're going to help me get better. Jackson, help me get better. Help me. Help us.
Help me.
Check
help
out the
you.
Best Words pods following right after the Matt Murphy Show on your YouTube feed.
Also, Mark Levin is coming up. Hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Don't forget to thank those weekend warriors that are a part of making our weekend special, kind of like, Mason and Jackson tomorrow at least. We'll be back on Monday. Until then, wonderful weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Hug your loved ones. So long, everybody.